AI agents are everywhere right now, but most tutorials stop at simple chatbots. Today, we'll build an AI agent in n8n that can browse websites, extract information, and save the results automatically, all without writing any code. By the end of this video, you'll have an agent that decides when to scrape a website, retrieves what it needs, and stores it, all without you touching anything. Before we start building, let's quickly define what an AI agent actually is, because the word gets used for everything these days. A chatbot only responds to messages. ChatGPT by itself isn't an agent. An AI agent goes further. It can reason, pick tools, and take actions on its own. Concretely, ask a chatbot what are the prices on this product page, and you get a guess. Give an agent the right tools, and it'll open the page, extract the prices, and save them to a spreadsheet, all in one turn. Think of the language model as the brain, tools as the hands, and the workflow as the system that connects everything and lets the agent decide what to do next. This is where n8n shines. It's a visual, no-code workflow builder with 500+ integrations and native support for AI models and tools, which makes it the fastest way to build an agent that can actually act on the world. Before we build anything, let's get our bearings in the interface. We're using n8n version 2.25.7, so depending on which version you're on, the interface may look slightly different. The homepage has 5 tabs at the top. Workflows is where we build, Credentials stores external service connections, and Executions tracks run history. The last two, Variables and Data Tables, come in handy for more advanced workflows, but we won't touch them today. Now, one decision to make before we install. n8n runs in 2 flavors. There is their cloud offering, where everything is managed for you, or self-hosted on your own infrastructure. For this tutorial, we'll go with self-hosted via Docker, so the whole stack stays on your machine. First, create a persistent Docker volume so n8n keeps your workflows and data between restarts. Next, start an n8n container and expose port 5678. Once the service is up, open localhost 5678 in your browser and finish the admin setup. With n8n running, there are 2 terms worth knowing before we build the agent. Triggers start workflows. A chat message, a webhook, a schedule. Nodes perform actions, hitting an API, running code, transforming data, talking to a database. Stack them together and you get an automation. The skeleton of our AI agent looks like this. A trigger to kick things off, an AI agent node that holds the brain and the loop, tools attached to that agent, and an output. Let's build it. Create a new workflow and drop in a chat trigger node. That's how we'll talk to the agent for the first tests. Next, add an AI agent node and wire the chat trigger output into it. The agent now exists, but it needs a model. Right-click the AI agent node to open its settings and add a chat model. We're using Gemini here, but OpenAI or Anthropic work just as well. The models are interchangeable. Select your saved credentials from the drop-down and you're done. You can also set a system prompt here to tell the agent what its job is and when it should reach for the tools we're about to add. The agent can talk now, but without memory, every chat is isolated. The agent forgets the previous message the moment a new one comes in. Adding a memory component gives it continuous context across turns, which is what lets you say, "Now save those," and have the agent know what those refers to. Tools are what turn a chatbot into an actual agent. They give the model a way to act on the outside world, and the one that matters for us is web scraping. A quick note before we plug the first one in. Every external service we attach needs credentials saved in the credentials section of n8n. We've set up Oxylabs and Google Sheets ahead of time, so the recording stays focused on the agent itself. There are dedicated setup guides linked in the description if you need to walk through any of those. We add the scraper by dropping an HTTP request tool node onto the AI agents tool input. The curl example from the Oxylabs dashboard already has everything the call needs: the endpoint, the basic auth header, the JSON body. Head to the scraper page, switch to the other tab, and copy it. Before importing, replace the password placeholder with your actual web scraper API password Then paste the edited command into the import curl field on the HTTP request node. n8n stores the password as a saved basic auth credential the tool reuses on every call. Once imported, the node is fully populated, the real-time endpoint URL, basic auth in place, and a body with source set to universal and URL pointing at the target. We start with the tool description, so the model knows when to call it. Scrape a web page and return its contents. Input, URL. Use this tool whenever information needs to be retrieved from a website. Then we change the URL field from a fixed string to a $$ from AI URL expression. Instead of hard-coding which page to scrape, we turn the field into a variable the agent fills in at runtime, picking the URL based on what the user asked. Let's pick a real page to scrape. Open a new tab and head to sandbox.oxylabs.io/products/category/PC. Scroll through the listings to see the layout and content, then copy the URL from the address bar. Back in n8n, open the chat and ask, "Get me a list of all games and prices from this URL." Then paste the URL. Watch the execution view. The agent reads the prompt, decides on its own that it needs the scraper, calls it with the URL we pasted, and waits for the response. There's no "if user says scrape, call scraper" rule we wrote. The model picked the tool. Once the data is back, the agent extracts the games and prices and posts the list in chat. No parsing logic we had to write. We configured the Google Sheets tool ahead of time, and the credential setup is identical to what we did for the model. Opening its panel shows the agent passes content straight into a single column, mapped automatically. Now we ask the agent to do both steps in one go. We name the tools explicitly so the agent picks the right ones. Scrape this URL using the HTTP request tool and save the content to my spreadsheet using the Save to Sheets tool, followed by the page URL. Execution view shows both tools firing in sequence, the scraper first, then Sheets. The agent chained them on its own, with no workflow node telling it which order to call. We're saving the raw page content as is. In a real pipeline, you chain a parser or transformation node downstream to structure the data into proper columns. The point of this demo is showing the agent driving multiple tools end-to-end without code. Let's try it on a different page entirely. Same agent and workflow, just another page. The decision logic lives in the model, not in hard-coded steps, so it works across many different websites without the need to adapt it. Right now, the agent only runs when you send it a message. Let's make it autonomous by swapping the chat trigger for a schedule trigger. Now the agent can monitor sites on a schedule of your choice, every hour, every morning, whatever cadence makes sense for your use case. Since there won't be a chat message providing context anymore, add the agent's instructions directly to the agent node. A quick mention for production. Turn on retry on fail on each tool node, scrape respectfully with delays and proper handling of rate limits, and as you outgrow Sheets, you can swap in Postgres or BigQuery. All of those are one-node additions to the same workflow. And that's the agent pattern in n8n. A model as the brain, memory for context, tools for hands, and a workflow that ties it all together. The same workflow works whether you're scraping pages, querying databases, or driving any other API. Pair n8n with the Oxylabs Web Scraper API and the headaches that usually slow scrapers down. Proxies, CAPTCHAs, JavaScript rendering, and other challenges get handled for you. Your agent just asks for a page and gets the content back. To go further, make sure to check out similar content on our blog and YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you run into any issues, contact us at support@oxylabs.io. Thanks for watching.